Druid is for now X, but of course, Strifecro does have a revive that he can use anytime. So, for example, he can use the Druid right now. But of course, if you have more decks that are eliminated, you get to choose which deck you can actually revive. So, there's a extra thing you want to do to that.
Yeah, I gotta believe that Strifecro is gonna go with Mech Mage here. It's just been like an absolute terror for Paladin all tournament long, and just I mean it's got to be the choice. It's just so good versus Paladin. The coup is gone. It's like his decks are all lined up to be able to do this, and it's just Mech Mage is just the choice.
All right then, Mech Mage it is. I mean, I think Mech Mage also does really, really well against this Paladin deck, right? You have two Lay on Hands and two Pilot Sky Golems, right? And two equalities. That's like very, very clunky, and that's not exactly what you want to do against Mech Mage. Paladin deck that does well against Mech Mage is one that utilizes Zombie Chows, you know? So, yeah, I think Mech Mage is the pick here. I agree with you.
Yeah, it's just so good. Two lay on hands. I mean, how do you come back when you have two lay on hands? Like, especially, like imagine if he had the opening hand that Lifecoach had that game, but he
Right?
had it he had
Against
it
Mech.
versus Mech Mage. Yeah,
Yeah. That would be a thing, huh?
it just wouldn't be winnable.
Actually, you know what? That's very funny. Life Coach actually won that game.
Oh,
Starting with
he was playing against Ramp Druid. Yeah,
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, just have a lot of time to bet. I mean, he looked really disappointed then, but then it's actually really good because Dr. Boom into KT is like insane.
just too good. Like, what?
Mhm.
How just? It's versus Ramp Druid. It was just the slowest thing in the world.
Yeah,
It's like
pretty damn
zombie
slow.
chows are my start, and
Yeah,
14 hero powers.
14 hero powers indeed. Maybe even more than that. But there you go. We predicted correctly. Clockwork Gnome is going to be the one drop of choice for Strifecro here. And of course, if you can read cards backwards, then you know that there are two Sky Golems right now, and one uh, Shredder and
I think one of those is a
Quartermaster.
Tyrion, by the way. Not
Oh
two Sky
damn it!
Golems. Yeah.
Okay. Oh man, I just read a sixth attack and I assumed honestly, not bad. Cogmaster is a pretty decent start, more decent than the Clockwork Gnome for sure. And now, well, Life Coach actually is a Pyromancer. Can you do any like Pyromancer shenanigans? Actually,
Not right now, I don't think he can, but in the future, it seems like a reasonable possibility. It looks
definitely.
to me like Mech Warper is Strifecro's best draw. Two Clockwork Gnomes is certainly not bad, but this looks like it's going to get a Wild Pyromancer coin.
Oh man, Wild Pyromancer coin. That's not a bad move at all. But you do make your opponent use the coin, so it's a thing. Oh, choosing not to. Interesting, interesting.
Wow, Strifecro actually doesn't have a play either.
Nope, that's a whiff, and that's a ping. That's what happens when you whiff. You ping. 20 life
Wow,
left.
just like, oh gosh, it's so much damage.
It is
Oh,
pretty.
Muster for battle gets drawn.
However, Mustard does not actually kill off the Cogmaster here. Not even kill off his buff. So yeah. Double Mechanical Yeti and Streko stack, actually, that's pretty interesting, right?
I like Mechanical Yeti a lot. It's just a strong body.
Yeah, but then now you're paying 6/4 drops. And the curve is like really, really weird. Like usually decks, mech mages right now do only play like 1 or 4 drop just to make it the 5/4 drops. Like that's kind of like the magical thing where you just don't draw dead, I guess. Just like imagine if the one of the mechanical Heroes was like a harvest golem, right? But I guess Streko feels like that the 5 health is actually really, really important. So it's an interesting sub.
Just punching him. I think what he's really trying to do is take advantage of the fact when he has stuff like turn 2 Mech Warper that lives, and then he can play like a turn 3 Mechanical Yeti or Pilot Shredder. I think
Sure,
it's really he's
especially
looking for like those bread and butter turns.
right, especially in the paladin matchup, right? Oh wow, just coin a
Yeah.
consequence.
I was just about to touch on this. Is like all of his plays at this point seem like they're so just not good anymore. So
Okay.
2 cogs getting picked up. And these could be a little
Attack
bit.
and
Ooh.
freeze, not the worst pickups ever. Shredder.
Yep. In my experience, Shredder is just better than Yeti.
Why is that?
Well, it doesn't give your opponent a cog is the first one, but the second one is it's actually a little bit more difficult to kill.
Uh-huh. Well, I mean, if Lifecoach had a sort of just a true silver, right? It could have killed the first part of this body, and the Yeti wouldn't have died. So there's still a little bit of difference, that's for sure. But the cog definitely is one of the better reasons, if anything.
Lifecoach going really deep into the tank here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I like Piloted Shredder more than I like Outdoor Peacekeeper, honestly.
Sure, I guess. But if you is he thinking about the outdoor here? But because there are definitely more minions that he can outdoor later. With the Pyromancer down here. Nope.
No, I mean, he's got to go Shredder, but man, Strifecro's got such a good turn against this. Oh, and he draws a second Shredder too.
2 Shredders, 2 Yetis, 2 Blast Mages.
I mean, you got to use the coolant here, right? You know what? I would like to see him play a mechanical Yeti here, because if he runs into a Sludge Belcher, he can use Whirling Blades and not have to drop his entire body from it.
Interesting assessment. Oh, he agrees with you. All right. And the Whirling Blades here, the emergency cooler here does seem pretty good here. So 4 more damage to Lifecoach's dome. And
second Eldar Peacekeeper. But he's not doing like a perfect job at just fighting back against everything. He's gonna take 5-6 more damage this turn.
Yeah. And of course, once you're below the 15 damage or even the 12 damage threshold, you start to panic a little bit, right?
Yeah, and Strifecro's not slowing down at all. I mean, his hand is gas. He's gonna keep going.
Yeah. The Pyromancer is forced to come down here for some semblance of a temple. Thinking about it, yep. Pyromancer has to come down here. And
second Frostbolt gets picked up.
Wow. Well, here multiple plays are opened. I mean, how dangerous is a Pyromancer here?
Well, in the event of something like Equality, it's not, it's not too, it's really not that bad, honestly. Like I think Strifecro's just, does he? The bigger threat here is Pyromancer a threat, or is 2 damage that valuable right now? That's really the distinction he needs to make. It's much less, I think, about the Pyromancer itself and much more about how much the 2 damage is worth.
What 2 damage? Where are you finding 2 damage?
Well, if he puts a Yeti and the hero power into the Wild Pyromancer, that's 2 damage because he has to play the Shredder this turn. So yeah, he's gonna use his 2 damage on this Wild Pyromancer instead.
Well, I mean, Fireball does also end the game, so I think that's perfectly fine. Edging ever so much the closer to Lifecoach's lay on hands turn, so I guess his strategy is just to survive until then. Man, all these Shredders are making me very uneasy. There's gonna be a lot of 2-drops that are popping out.
Like something random's gonna happen.
Something random is bound to happen. What if the Shredder hits the Shredder, and then, for example, 2 Mana Waves come out? Or 2 Narubars come out, Those are the ones that are just weird. 2 Sheeps, 1 Doomsayer or 1 Ghoul, Those all 2-drops mess the game up so much, let me tell you. The most confusing ones are 2-drops.
Let me think.
Suddenly you have Light Wells and your opponent needs to Fireball Light Well.
Oh gosh. That was a brutal one.
Now I know why Lifecoach takes so long. He's actually going through all the permutations of the Shredder. Yep. Heard it first. And he decides that, yep, permutation is fine with Mistress of Pain and a Fairy Dragon.
These are weird decks. Why did he get a Mistress of Pain in his Mage deck? And
I can easily.
Yeah, so his board's just going to get developed really heavily, and oh my gosh, if he gets Reversing Switch.
Oh, 4, 5 plus 6 plus 1? That's lethal!
1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No. He's 1 point off right now. He's only got 7. Oh no, he's got enough mana to do it. Never mind. Oh yeah, this is lethal. I was counting the Frostbolts as 3 mana for some reason.
No. Are you living in the beta where Frostbolt was 3 mana?
Yeah, that's why.
And Strifecro needs to see this one.
Oh, he's counting it too. You can see right away that he's counting it. Straight up, reversing switch on Mistress of Pain, and wow!
Oh, he was back to full health as well. That is perfect victory.
What a way to end the game!
Look at his face. It looks like a pancake.
Oh my gosh! Strifecro gonna take a 3-1 lead here.
Oh!
Wow! What a game! This is just an example of like how powerful Mech Mage is versus this Paladin deck. Strifecro didn't even really do that much. It was just kind of like he had his early drops and then he just started playing a bunch of 4 drops and then ended up beating the crap out of him.
For lack of a better words, yes, pretty much. That is really insane. Oh
Just
my
attacking
god.
super efficient minions. And now